We're gonna kind of do a short, quick maintenance today just because we got back real late here, but fortunately we didn't have any trauma last night, so literally we just got to get it washed and go through the motor, make sure the motor's okay, run the valves on the motor, and put our setup on it for tonight. This one, we won the 360 race with this car last night at Park Jefferson. Started on the front row, and the racetrack was awesome. You could just run right around the top, right on the edge. Got pretty treacherous at times. A lot of guys were sliding off the racetrack. It was pretty tricky, but the guys got this race car working really, really well. I'm pretty excited for the summer to start getting a bunch of dry racetracks and be really competitive. My boys, they're out of school, don't want to get out of bed either. What's up, boys? You said you're gonna come work on a race car? Reese, you wanna crawl up there and get some tires down?
Yeah.
This one can actually stay up here.
This one?
Yep. I think we got them all dirty, man.
Yeah, I got them all dirty.
So I started in '95, so 23 years of racing. I was 12, 13 years old when I first started. Sprint cars, I think we started in 2000, 99. I was like 16 years old, 17 years old, and a guy that I had raced with and competed against, he actually called me one day and he was like, hey, why don't you come drive my race car? And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Probably shouldn't have started that early just because you're so young, but today that's pretty common.
I want to use that.
You do? Spray the whole car.
Spray the whole car. Huh?
Yeah. Watching him wasting about $20 worth of chemical.
Everything is a chemical though.
Yes, of some sort. We're gonna get into chemistry today. We're running a sprint series in Nebraska at I-80. They got a special Charlie Clark Memorial race, and they're gonna have 305s out there, so looking pretty forward to going and racing I-80. This place is a big, fast racetrack. Whenever you're comfortable going fast, usually you're pretty successful at these kind of tracks. I've had good success here. It's close to home. A lot of fans and a lot of sponsors here want to see us, and it's a Sunday and we're racing, so what more could you ask for? What's up, dude? Nice shirt.
Where's your trailer?
Down here on the end.
Still the same trailer?
Yeah.
Who's here with you?
Just Chase.
All right, so then I'm helping you.
Okay.
I've already been mistaken for you once so far since I've walked to the pits. So.
There you go.
Oh, you won.
Yep. Spanked them pretty good.
Where'd you start?
Started outside the front row.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
All right, hit
We
the
were
button.
done at 10:07 or something.
84.
Why are you giving everybody here high numbers at the end?
I'm not trying to. It's this. It just goes through numbers.
I can already see dry spots over there.
It's not gonna last real long.
Huh?
Not gonna last real long.
It'll it'll be a little while, but it's I could already see dry spots, so you know it's coming. Well, it looked like it was wet on top and then really dry, loose under, so it's probably gonna roll up. Dust coming up in the middle of the track.
Yeah. We're just gonna let it be.
You probably end up changing a little for the feature, but for now, fine.
What's the weather looking like?
Looks like we're gonna be good for a while. But there's some clouds brewing, so who knows. Yeah, it's middle of May and we should have about 20 or 25 races in already. I think we're at 6. There's been, every weekend seems like it rains. Even Thursday night shows have been raining out. The biggest thing for me is the expense, like for the shop and the truck and trailer and everything. When you got all the stuff that you're spending money on and there's no cash flow coming in to offset it. So when you're racing it, at least you can bankroll it a little bit. You can't just keep asking people for money because they're like, well, you're not racing, we're not getting any advertising out of it. So, well, I understand.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody run a dry slick track like him. This isn't there yet, but it might be by the feature. I have a lot of confidence in him. I've been helping him for a while, off and on, and he's always found ways to make everything work. He knows how to get around a track really well. The slicker, the better. That'll be a complete restart. That was just a test run. He's a good driver, he's got a good car, we'll just see what happens. you had to try the top at least once. That last lap, he moved to the top down here to see what it was like.
Got lucky on the first start and passed the road just because there was a couple guys that crashed, but played my games right. I showed him my nose there that one time coming off of 2, and it kind of did what I thought he would do because he would squeeze the corner to the next corner. Well, it killed all of his speed and slowed him way down, and I got to drive right by him the next lap. So.
Did you try doing that up there?
Wow.
Going high?
Timing it off. I did.
Didn't stick as good?
It's so far around down there. It's a lot farther up. And you really lose a lot of speed, a lot of time.
Yeah.
These things.
Yeah, this, you need everything you can
I
get.
don't have the speed that you normally would, you know. It's too wet on the bottom. We're probably actually going to free it up a little bit. I was a little tight in dirty air when I was behind cars, so it just depends on where we draw and the redraw. If we start on the front row, then we'll probably change the gear so we can get out there and make some speed instead of time. But if we have to start in the back, we'll probably leave the gear in it and free it up a little bit and just go from there. The number's on the inside of the bottle. You got to chug it.
That'll make your pick tonight.
First loser.
Just thinking about it. There's the winner. All right. All right, guys, ready? 3, 2, 1. Pick the barbecue sauce up. Let's check it out. We got a winner right here.
That was nice.
All right, well, that's gonna do it, guys.
Dang it.
He was so proud. He's like, hey, come here. You know what I needed that paper for? I was like, no, what? He's like, I put a sign out there on the wall and I taped it and I spelled free cookies wrong and I put it out there with my cookies that I made. It's like, oh. Just gotta figure out if we want to put less stagger on it or less stagger is going to tighten it up. I'm afraid that if we tighten it up too much, it's going to be too tight. Seeing how we start in the back or in the back of cars, I got to be able to race instead of just get out front and make laps. So I don't want to get it too tight. I'm just going to leave it free, I think, and just deal with it when I get to the front. How much fuel do you got in it now? We haven't filled it up.
About 24 and a half.
Really?
Every weekend, why do you do this?
That's all I know. I wake up every morning thinking about race cars. Unfortunately, I get to work in a career where I'm nothing but think about, talk about, deal with race cars. I don't know, it's just a way of life, I guess. You know, as a kid, that's what you wanted to do, and your dad gave you the opportunity to do it a little while, and you figured out that that's what you like.
Hey, Jason. I don't know if we need to worry about that.
Yeah, it's sprinkling.
It's starting.
When your feature's over with and you get it loaded up, just head over, get the car, trailer and everything ready to go, and head over to the back pit gate. As soon as we can, we'll open it up. We'll let as many people out as we can.
He's confident we're actually going to race.
Red car.